This book is called Go Away, Bad Dreams. It is by Susan Hill, illustrated by Vanessa Julian Audi. A Random House picture book. And we'll find out what year it's from. It is from 1985. Every Tuesday, Tom and his mother went to the library. Inside, Tom's mother went one way to choose her books, and Tom went the other way to choose his. He sat on a red chair at a red table and looked at a lot of books. When it was time to go, he could take 6 of them with him to read at home. Sometimes he chose stories about old steam engines or racing cars, sometimes about elephants or mice. Sometimes, I am not re-recording this, sometimes about boys like him. Once he chose a book with stories about witches and goblins and a great scaly dragon breathing fire out of its nostrils. The next day, Tom had a cold. He lay under a quilt on the sofa and looked at his library books. He looked for a long time at the one about witches and goblins and the great scaly dragon breathing fire out of its nostrils. After that, he thought he would rather not be by himself, so he went to the window and called to his mother. She came in. She said, "They're only pictures in a book. They're not real. They can't hurt you." "I know that," said Tom, "but it doesn't seem to make any difference." Okay. That night, Tom had a very bad dream. It was full of witches and goblins and the great scaly dragon breathing fire out of its nostrils. Tom woke up feeling hot and frightened. His mother said, "It's because of your cold." She gave him a drink of water and stayed with him for a while. On the table beside Tom's bed was a nightlight. It had a spotty red shade like a toadstool. When Tom lay down and looked at the ceiling, he saw that the nightlight made shadows there. The shadows had shapes. One shape was a witch's pointed nose, and another was a goblin's big ear. The biggest shape was the head of the scaly dragon. The shining light was like the fire it breathed. Tom called to his mother. When she came, she said, "We'd better take that book back to the library." Every Thursday, Tom went to play at his friend Ned's house. Sometimes Tom and Ned went into the closet under the stairs and made a pirate's den. Sometimes they went up to the attic and looked at Ned's brother's model airplanes. Sometimes on sunny days, they sat with their feet in the wading pool doing high kicks. And sometimes on wet days, they watched television. One day when Tom had a cold again, they watched a cartoon show. It had a fox with a black mask and a red tongue who was a robber. That night, Tom had another very bad dream. He woke up feeling hot and frightened. It was about a fox with a black mask and a red tongue who was a robber, he said. "It wasn't real," said his mother. "It couldn't hurt you." "I know that," said Tom, "but it doesn't seem to make any difference." "Well, you'd better not watch any more cartoons on television," his mother said. The next day, Tom's mother did the washing. Tom helped to put the dirty clothes into the machine. Then he measured out the soap powder and put that in too. Then he sat at the kitchen table and ate a piece of toast. The washing machine made a rumbling, bumbling, churning noise. "It looks as if it's eating up the clothes, and now they're going around and around in its tummy," Tom thought. When the clothes were washed, Tom helped his mother to hang them on the line in the backyard. "There's a good breeze to dry them quickly," said his mother. The breeze blew into Tom's father's white shirt and puffed it out and made the sleeves flap. "That looks a bit ghosty," Tom said. "Let's walk down to the stores now," said his mother. On the way, they passed Mr. Carter's house. Mr. Carter was outside clipping the hedge. "Hello, Mr. Carter," said Tom. "Hello there, young fellow, my lad," said Mr. Carter. "How about a haircut?" That night, Tom had another very bad dream. He woke up and called to his mother. "There was a washing machine monster and a ghosty shirt with clippers," Tom told her. "We'd better have a look at those things in the morning," his mother said. So they did. They looked at the washing machine inside and outside. They looked at Tom's father's clean white shirt. And they got out the hedge clippers from the shed and looked at those too. "They're just ordinary things," said Tom's mother. "I know," said Tom, "but it doesn't seem to make any difference." At bedtime, Tom's mother said, "Shall we try and get rid of those bad dreams?" "Yes, please," said Tom. So his mother opened the bedroom window. "Out you go," she said. "Away with you." "Shoo," said Tom in a fierce voice. "Go away, bad dreams," and he flapped his arms to chase them out the window. Then his mother closed it again. "Now," she said, "I'm going to give you some good dreams. I've made them specially." "Just like cakes," Tom said, and he got into bed. "Close your eyes," said his mother. Then she touched his eyelids very gently. She said, "Tonight you will have only those good dreams and no bad ones at all." "And I shall never have a bad dream again?" Tom asked. "One night at a time," said his mother. And that night, Tom did only have the good dreams and no bad ones. And the next, and the next. But the night after that, Tom's mother had to go away to see his grandfather. "Daddy will look after you," she told him. "But what about my good dreams?" Tom asked her. "He will give them to you, of course." And he did. Soon it was Tom's birthday. For his special treat, Tom was going to stay overnight at Ned's house. "I think you're old enough now," said his mother. Tom packed his suitcase. He put in all the things he would need, and quite a lot of things he wouldn't. He was very excited. Ned had bunk beds in his room. He was going to sleep on the top, and Tom was going to sleep on the bottom. On Ned's bunk, there was a large brown furry dog and a small black woolly dog. "These are the watchdogs," Ned said. When Tom's mother had gone, he and Ned helped make gingerbread men for a snack. Then they went into the garden to watch Ned's father burn some leaves and twigs. At bedtime, Tom said, "Ned, what happens if you have bad dreams?" "My watchdogs chase them away," said Ned very sleepily, but Tom wished he had reminded his mother to leave him some good dreams before she went home. He thought he might call out to Ned's mother, but he fell asleep instead. That night, Tom did not have any dreams at all. He told his mother when he got home, "I won't need you to shoo the bad dreams out or give me any good ones ever again." "I see," said his mother. Tom felt very grown up and pleased. That night he asked his mother to read him a story about a giant. He hadn't wanted to look at that book for quite a long time. Have another friend. Afterwards, she tucked him in tightly and gave him a kiss. Then Tom said, "Perhaps I had better have a few good dreams, just in case." "I think that's a very good idea," said his mother, and she gave them to him. "But I won't need them tomorrow or ever after." "One night at a time," said his mother. And that's the end of Go Away Bad Dreams. Have a good night.